When they put you in the chain gang, they forget you. When they put you in a damn grave, they forget you. Put your face up on a white tee. Explain to me how that's respecting me. I want a statue like the Liberty, and I can care less if you fuck with me. The only thing that matters to me is if my kids remember me.
Welcome to episode 6 of Let's Just Talk featuring number one tier. Today we have my boy Yarumasi. Yarumasi, say something.
Hey.
And we're going to talk about this new AGDQ drama. Now, Yarumasi, can you explain this to me?
Okay, so here's the lowdown on this, boys. Recently, and not surprisingly, AGDQ has been very iffy on, both adhering rules and being flexible. And, so the context is that, a well-known and respected old boy, Peaches, has been denied registration to AGDQ. And the reason is because Games Done Quick, on their Twitter feed, posted, the registration ends tomorrow, as of the 17th, at 12 a.m. UTC. Now here's the problem. UTC is like a standard England time, and if you're American, you kind of just skim over numbers like that and go, oh, okay, 12 a.m., yeah, sure. So Peaches replied and said, hey, I didn't see this till now. Since the cap wasn't hit, can I register? And then he asks again, hello? And then they reply back, no, our deadline's been reached. The deadline is based on requirements we have for last-minute event preparations. So obviously the first problem here comes from the fact that posting an American event, why would you post a deadline in England Standard Time? Hello? So this old school runner is completely screwed out of registering because they're being completely unflexible, which is also making them look bad PR-wise, right?
Yeah.
And then there's a ton of replies from a lot of well-known runners here, and the biggest reply was from a guy named Lurk-chan, and he wrote, you guys miss deadlines all the time, let the man register. And of course I had to reply, yeah, talk about the pot calling the kettle black, because AGDQ doesn't ever meet their schedules, so the fact that they're not at the register cap and not letting a guy in is just ridiculous.
So a lot of people responded to this.
Yeah, the actual status can be found.
Alright, well I'll put that in the
whole reply
description.
chain.
And
Yeah.
can you tell us who do you think's to blame for this?
Whoever runs the AGDQ account. Honestly. And see, remember, this had happened to Caleb Hart 42. Well, it was a similar thing where he I guess he didn't. I can't remember if he didn't submit or register in time, but he blew up on Twitter pretty much because they were basically like, no, we can't make exceptions for a popular runner and all this. And it's like, well, not having Caleb Hart 42 seems like a big bad idea. He's still going anyway, though.
Yeah. And the last thing is, was it that they didn't receive any emails at all or any form of communication about the deadline? All the runners that wanted to?
See, I'm gonna skim the replies quick because I think someone mentioned an email. Yes. So Graviton29 replied, thank God you have reminder emails for donation incentives, but none about upcoming deadlines or the time of the deadline. Thank God Twitter is the only and best way to update people with critical information. Also, the irony was that the AGDQ account replied 2 days later to Peaches.
Yeah, I think this is just really bad on AGDQ's behalf. They should really they should let you know about the deadline a lot earlier. A lot of people wanted to go to the event. They couldn't make it because of this 1 day deadline thing. So yeah, it's just really bad on AGDQ's behalf, and someone needs to get fired for this or something. This can never happen again. But thanks, Jared, for coming on the talk here. It was a good 5-minute session. We'll try and get you in a future episode.
Yeah, definitely. Follow me on Twitter at Yarumasi. Okay, bye.
Yeah, follow him on Twitter. And yeah, the next thing you'll be seeing is me and Ikkatosh having a live debate. Thanks for watching this first bit. And welcome to part 2 of the talk show. Now I've got your boy Ikkatosh on. Ikkatosh, say something.
Hey guys.
And now I'm going to explain the AGDQ situation to Ikkatosh and get his opinion. So basically, Games Done Quick put up a tweet with 1 day left saying that the deadline would be later that day. Peaches replied the next day saying he didn't see it, the tweet, could he register now? And then he didn't get a reply until he replied to them saying, hello, do you see me, sort of thing. And then they said he couldn't apply. This caused a lot of drama because a lot of people around the communities, the speedrun community, were just really mad that Peaches couldn't get in. And a lot of people were also angry because they were getting emails about donation incentives but not about the deadline to GDQ. What do you think about this?
Kind of follows suit to what they've been doing, where it's like they seem to they come off as a really what's the word, organized organization. They're like got all these deadlines, like you've all got to meet it, but then they are often really sloppy with meeting their own deadlines, and they just kind of put off excuses like, oh, we server errors and all that stuff, but then when other people miss things, for, maybe the genuine reasons, they're just, full Nazis about it, and they don't give, any leeway. And they're, it kind of started with last year, how, with the donations, how they seem to be evolving it much more into a thing to get as much money out as they can, rather than a good speedrunning organization. It's, it used to be the speedrunning with donations at the side, it was, a nice thing, but now it's the donations with the speedrunning at the side is just an added-on thing. And it's yeah, which it kind of works. You can kind of get that if they want to kind of make lots of money out of it for charity, then they can do that. But they're just really sloppy about it when they try to come across as professional, and it kind of it just leads to drama, and people feel that they're getting unfairly treated and all that shit. So I would agree with people's anger over this kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I have to agree with you as well. And what's your opinion on them only, the runners felt like they were only told the deadline the day before? What do you think about that?
Wait, what's up?
Well, most of the runners, for Peaches and a few other people that replied, they pointed out that they only received info about the deadline the day before the deadline, and maybe they weren't properly informed. But what do you think about that?
Yeah, I feel that it just emphasizes what I'm saying, where they're often just preaching they're how they're a top organization and they're raising money, but they're not really helping the runners that much, and people who generally want help and answers, they're not really addressing to them, and they're just kind of treating them like dirt, really.
Yeah, I can
in this case, where they people are hey, when's this, and they're not really they're just they're not helping people at all. They're not trying to help the runners get to the place. They're just kind of saying, well, this is our organization. If you want to come, you've got to make all the work and effort, and that's not our problem anymore. And people are pissed at that, which is fair enough.
Alright, and now we're going to talk about the current Spyro community, which, I don't know, there's been a lot going on in the Discord, and Retro ended up getting kicked from the Discord. What is your opinion on Retro being kicked from the Discord first?
I don't know. It's if he's just there, there's just so much probability of just shit happening, and although it's nice to have a bit of shit in the community, and often it can just be healthy, just to keep people talking about stuff or whatever, it's he's kind of just I don't know, retro banter, if you call that a thing, is old now. It's not really a current thing, things go in phases, fucking memes and banter and people in chat rooms that everyone always laughs at. It all goes through phases, and Retro's phased out now, but he keeps trying to stay relevant, even though no one really cares about him. And it's just while he's here, he just keeps trying, and it's just no one gives a hoot. So it's why bother? He's not here to fucking do what he says he is. He's just here to cause banter and add people and just shit around. So it's it's fair enough. No one aside from him is really that butthurt that he's gone, Well, no one's seriously butthurt. Some people might joke around going, oh, you're Nazi mods, but they're just fucking, they're just having a cheeky laugh. They're not actually seriously thinking that and upset that Retro's banned. You know, you feel me?
Yeah, I can understand that. Like, I know you don't. I know you actually like Retro, so you're not saying this like against him or anything. You're saying like
No, I'm
the
not.
truth. But yeah,
Yeah.
I can feel that. But
It's just how it is.
what do you think of the sport community lately in general? Like, do you think it's been a bit more broken apart than it used to be, or is it? I'm not really sure. Like, what is your opinion on the current state
I've
of the sport
always
community?
said that it's like slowly becoming apart. Because when I first went in, it was very, from what I saw, it was very tight. Like there was that one main Skype group, like just everyone used, and everyone was kind of in calls together and all that and whatnot. And now it's like, it's not. It kind of went through a phase where there was like a couple of groups, like there was like people in Mumble, and there was people using something else, and there was like people using Skype. There was like a couple of different groups, but now it kind of seems that everyone just goes between them all. But there's still no like one set place where people chill. Like a couple of people still use Mumble, people still use the Discords. We know there's even a couple of different Discord servers people go to if they like want banter talk with runners or just standard talk, or people still like going to Skype calls with people for stuff. And but it's not really, yeah, no one's really like in separate groups like opposing each other like they were for a time, like in the middle earlier this year. It's more of just people are going between depending on what they feel like, I guess.
Yeah, I
But
get
it's
you.
definitely not as close as it was like as I joined last year, as I said. But that might not necessarily be a bad thing. Some people like this, how it is now, how people can just, if they want a different crowd of people, they know where to find them. But everyone's still like chill with each other, and kind of people like Retro are slowly being outed and not really relevant anymore. So there's not too much toxicity in the community, which is nice.
Now I've got two more things to talk about. The first one is, even though Retro seems to have been like kind of expelled from the Spark community and everything, do you still see yourself like talking to him and being okay with him?
I'm still okay with him. I'm like very, very rarely hold grudges against people. I can still like as I said, if I have to like make a mod decision to do with him, like maybe in a chat room in Discord or something, like I will ban him. But I'm like, that's just, it's like not bias. It's not me like hating him as a person. It's just like there's evidence on the table for reasons that it should be banned. But I'm still like okay with the guy. I'd still talk to him if he wanted to talk. I'd still he's like fine to chill in my chat or whatever. Like I don't have any problems with the guy myself, but I wouldn't hesitate to ban him if it was appropriate and something, But I'm still okay with the guy.
Yeah, that's fair enough. And this is the last thing of the episode, and this is quite a big question. Seeing as you're in TVB and you're also quite a big part of Discord, when there was like a little bit of a falling out, did you ever sense like tension between the Discord and TVB?
Well, there was for a tiny bit, especially like I don't know why people made such a big deal over it. Like I kind of get that they were, like when like you and a couple of others were like saying how you're not ever leaving Mumble and Discord shit and all that. Like I didn't really get why certain people like Sabang and that like reacted so strongly to that. Like why they felt like you guys were like committing a crime by doing this. Like I don't know why they just didn't let it go and do whatever. And over time they did, and that's why when you guys eventually decided to try it out, like they were a bit butthurt and confused over it, but they didn't really hold it that much. They're not like still sitting here going, why the fuck are you guys here, get out. But at the time when it happened, I was like kind of shocked that they fucking like saw you guys as Nazis or whatever when you like refused to try it out. Like I don't know why they just didn't let just fucking ignore you and just go, yeah, whatever. We've got people using this and people using that. Why does it matter?
Yeah, that's
Kinda
kind of
just
how I felt.
confused me.
That's exactly how I felt really, because I just want to make sure now that I never had any real hate towards Pat, Zabang, and Wed. I felt a bit victimized a little bit because they were kind of making out, so I was like, I hate Discord, but I've never used it. But I never said I hated it. I just didn't really want to move because I didn't want the hassle.
Yeah.
But after a while, I realized if I do want to talk to these people who I was friends with for a good amount of time, as well as old people and new people who I've made friends with who use Discord, I might as well just move. And in the end, it was getting more convenient because Mumble was starting to get a bit worse. So I'm not trying to say like, oh, I didn't do anything wrong, because I'm pretty sure I was aggressive towards Pat a few times, maybe even Zabang. But yeah, we're over that now, and I'm happy that we've all resolved
Yeah, no,
this
I
all.
get what you're saying. Yeah, you're right.
So yeah, and that'll be the end of episode 6. We've got a lot out in the open today. Yarumasi at the start, so thanks to Yarumasi, who will probably see this. Thanks to my co-host Ikkatosh. Say something.
It's alright, man. It's all good.
Yeah, good lad, good lad. And me, the umbrella entertainer. Yeah, alright. Thanks for watching.